Welcome back, Pipers. Hobbiton Piper Kevin here, coming to you from the heartland of America in Missouri. And today we are going to review L.J. Peretti's Thanksgiving Day. Where did the fall season go? I was putting water out in my bird baths yesterday and came out this morning and it was frozen solid. It's already cold here, but that's okay. We're going to enjoy it anyway. L.J. Peretti, been in business since the 1800s, and my understanding is that they have been making this blend since 1939. And it's an annual release, usually comes out around November 1st in limited quantities. And it's an aromatic, Burley's Virginias. My understanding that they soak the burley in dark rum and then also some fruit juices, spices, before adding Virginias and then pressing it multiple times until finally its presentation is a 4-ounce crumble cake, basically. Breaks apart really easily though. I'll show it to you here. Mine is already broken up. But that's what it looks like once it's broken up. Let's talk about the 10 note of Thanksgiving Day. The 10 note is really interesting and a little bit hard to put your finger on. To me, it's almost like a dark spiced tea that's still steeping, right? That aroma. It's really nice and pretty unique. Pretty unique. I'm going to be smoking today out of my Meerschaum full-size claw pipe. There's a pipe story out there on this if you'd like to see it. And I'll tell you why I chose this pipe a little bit later in the review. But for now, let's get this lit. So yeah, it kind of turns into a broken ribbon when it rubs out. My Zippo out. Uh-oh. Zippo's out of fuel. Don't know if we can do it with the butane lighter out here or not. Maybe a trick. Let's see what we can get on the flavor of Thanksgiving Day. Now you'll order this at ljperetti.com. Not sure if you can call them and get it that way or not, but they have a shopping cart on their website that you can buy this from. This year, in 2021, the price was $25 for the 4-ounce cake. Let's talk about some spices. Definitely getting some spices here. Like I said, they soak that burley in dark rum, some spices, fruit juices. I don't normally get a lot of citrus from this blend, but I do get spices. And the two main spices I get from this and I have no idea what they use. But what I get from it is cinnamon and clove. Have you ever had clove or know what that smell is like? Clove. I don't think I've ever said clove in a review before, but I certainly get a clove scent here. And the cinnamon. And that makes sense because those spices are used a lot in sweet desserts for the fall, aren't they? Like pumpkin pie, and it's used for some fall drinks as well, like ciders. So I can see what they're going for there. There's definitely some breadiness here, like a flaky pie crust maybe. So that kind of goes along with the theme. So we got our spices going on here. We've got some flaky, bready qualities. There's a big note here, though, I'm saving for last. But before that, have you ever had a holiday fruitcake? Around here, it's kind of a joke. I'm sure some fruitcakes are great. But I remember as a child, I've told you before, we used to travel to Cleveland, Tennessee a lot to visit my mother's parents, my mama and papa, during Thanksgiving when I was a child. And I remember one year specifically, my mother cut me off a slice of this dense fruitcake. Said, "Here, Kevin, try this, see if you like it." I did not like it. Fruitcake is basically just this dense combination of fruits and nuts and just enough rich cake to kind of hold it all together. And it's made in a way that it just has a long shelf life, and it can last for months. It could last longer, I don't know. But wasn't something I was a big fan of back then. I really haven't had a lot of fruitcake since. I need to have if you know of a good fruitcake to like recommend that I could go out and buy, I'm sure the best ones you have to make yourself. But anyway, there's some fruitiness here. I mean, it's not really a citrus like I would describe from Virginia's, but maybe it's that rum. You know, fruitcakes are often, they add some booze to it, right? Some rum sometimes. Maybe that's why it's reminding me of that. There's a boozy fruitcake, pie crust, cinnamon clove experience going on here. I remember old late night host Johnny Carson. I don't know if you remember him or not, but he made a joke one time. He said, there's only one fruitcake in the entire world, and people keep passing it around. We've had some fruitcakes gifted to us during the holidays before, and sure enough, months later, we still hadn't eaten it. I need to get a good fruitcake this year and just give it another try. Okay, so in addition to all of that, there's something that's really jumping out here, though. Unquestionably there for me. And this is going to be a turnoff for some of you. And that is, this definitely has a floral essence to it of some kind. I don't think they even advertise that, but it's got it. It is a floral, kind of like a potpourri that might be on your Thanksgiving table. There's definitely I don't think I would equate it directly to Lakeland essence, but it's something similar. There is a floral essence here. And that's going to be a turnoff for some of you, I know. Sometimes that's a deal breaker for some of you. You just don't like the floral essence in your tobaccos. And I understand that. But, much like Bob's Chocolate Flake, the amount of floral essence here is limited. It's not overpowering, but you can certainly taste it. And I think that adds a nice element to some blends. I think it adds a nice element here, because you've got your fall spices and your breads, some nuttiness, and you've got this floral essence as well. So I think it's pretty neat. One thing to make note of here is all of this tastes really natural. You know how some aromatics, they can kind of taste chemically. Not this one. This all works together and it tastes very natural. There's something else I've noticed about Thanksgiving Day, and that is that it burns really dry. I've never had this gurgle. You know, sometimes your pipe will gurgle. And that can happen for a variety of reasons. That can happen because your tobacco's too wet. It can happen because you're smoking too fast. And it can happen because maybe your pipe's not made quite perfectly, and there's some issues there. But basically, moisture is converted into steam, and then that steam goes into the airway and goes up through the stem. And then as that steam starts to cool and that moisture starts condensing, it leads to gurgling. For whatever reason, I've never had that happen with this blend, so it smokes nice and dry. Don't think you'll have to dry it too much. But the reason I chose to smoke it out of this meerschaum is because I've found I really like smoking blends that have that floral character to them out of a meerschaum. Not sure why yet. Still studying that. But I like it. And I tried this blend in several different pipes, as I always do before I make a review. Tried it in Cobb's and Briar. I like it in this meerschaum. But I think you could enjoy this blend in any pipe, really. So with Thanksgiving Day, you're getting that 10 note that's like a spiced tea to me. And then that's going to lead into these spices of, maybe you'll find some cinnamon, some clove, get some breadiness, like a flaky pie crust, maybe some holiday fruitcake memories as well. But all around it, got that floral quality. You'll see what I'm talking about, I think, if you get to try this. I hope everyone is having a wonderful holiday season so far. Hope everybody is having happy Thanksgiving holidays. and that you're all getting to enjoy some good food, good drink, and a good pipe. We'll see you next time.